Hi, my name is Robin Wong. I'm a photographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video, I will talk about the 10 missing lenses from Micro Four Thirds system that Panasonic and OM Digital Solutions should consider making. Let's do this! I personally believe that Micro Four Thirds has the most complete lens collection of all the other mirrorless camera systems out there. Since the year 2008 and 2009, both Panasonic and Olympus, and now the OM Digital Solutions, they've continued to make excellent lenses with a wide variety of options for Micro Four Thirds shooters. However, some of these older lenses, they are showing their age. They could use some update in terms of technology and performance boost, especially autofocus, and there are still some missing pieces in the overall lens lineup for the Micro Four Thirds system. Therefore, in this video, I want to explore what are these missing pieces and what are the older lenses that could use some upgrades. And hey, maybe Panasonic and OM Digital Solutions can give us those updates in this year 2025 and beyond. Lens number 1. High magnification budget macro lens. One of the main advantages of using Micro Four Thirds system is that the lenses can go a lot closer to the subject. With the closer minimum focusing distance, we can achieve higher magnification ratio. We are not short of amazing macro lenses when it comes to Micro Four Thirds system, namely the Olympus 60 f2.8. It gives about 1 times true to life magnification ratio. We also have the budget 30 f2.8, which gives about 1.25 times magnification, which is lower in cost, about half the price compared to the 60 f2.8. Both are excellent macro lenses. Recently, OM Digital Solutions, they launched the 90 f3.5 macro pro lens. That's not exactly a budget lens, but it goes to about 2 times magnification ratio. I think that's excellent. We have a lot of options, but the one option that's still missing is a budget, low-cost, high magnification lens. Maybe we could get a 50 f3.5 macro lens that does about 2 times magnification ratio, and maybe the cost will be about half of what the 90 f3.5 is asking for, minus all the bells and whistles like weather sealing or the ability to add a teleconverter. Just a basic high magnification, 2 times true 200% magnification budget lens for macro. I think that would be fantastic. Lens number 2. Bright and constant aperture super telephoto zoom lens. If you are an event photographer, wedding photographer, or sports photographer, or if you're doing any photography that requires a reach, a super telephoto bright zoom lens is a must. I'm shooting a lot of stage events. I do need the longer focal length and the versatility of zoom, and having bright aperture allows me to do better in low light shooting situations. Currently, we do have some options. We have the excellent Olympus 40-150 f2.8 Pro. Well, I love that lens, but sometimes I wish the range is a little bit longer. Say it reaches up to 250 millimeters. We do know that the lens can accept teleconverters to extend the reach. There's the MC14 and MC20, but if you use teleconverters on the Olympus 40-150 Pro, you lose the aperture brightness. There's always some compromise. And if I shoot in low light conditions, I need the bright aperture f2.8 to stay constant. And then we have the amazing Panasonic 50-200 f2.8 to f4, but that's not a constant aperture lens. The aperture stops down to f4 at the longest and 200, which I think is very important. f4 and f2.8, there is a huge difference. So yes, Panasonic or OM system, anyone, if they can make a 50-250 f2.8 constant, that lens will be amazing. I must apologize for the screaming insects in the background. The audio is quite distracting. I hope it's not too annoying. But hey, the shoot must go on. I don't have a lot of spare time. If you're not aware, I'm a full-time photographer. I do shoot for clients, and only during my spare time I make videos for this YouTube channel. Anyways, coming back to lens number 3. Bright aperture f2 constant zoom lenses. Yes, we already have the amazing Olympus 12-40 f2.8 Mark 1 and Mark 2, and then we also have the Panasonic 12-35 f2.8 Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3. But I wish there is something brighter for these standard zoom lenses that we use a lot. Say, why don't we have a 12-40 or 12-35 f2 instead of f2.8? That would have negated the need to use, say, the F1.8 Prime lenses, because currently I shoot a lot with the F1.8 Prime lenses. I do a lot of work in low light using Micro Four Thirds system. You know that it doesn't perform the best when it comes to low light. So I work around that weakness by using bright aperture lenses, the Prime lenses, say 45 f1.8, 25 f1.8, 17 f1.8, or even 12 f2. So if I have, say, a 12-40 f2 constant, that would have been amazing. Lens number 4. Maybe a long prime lens, a telephoto, say 100mm or 150mm f1.8 or f2. Having a true long telephoto lens and a bright aperture, that kind of lens can do a lot of good for event photographers or even indoor sports photographers, say shooting basketball or anything, any sports indoor, right? And closer range, you don't really need like those 300mm kind of reach. And currently we have the 75 f1.8 from Olympus, which is an amazing lens. I use that lens a lot, and even that lens is due for an update, right? And we have the next one will be the Panasonic 200 f2.8. Yes, that's an amazing lens. Anyone who has the lens will say that it's a super sharp. Even f2.8, the optical performance is already excellent, but it's f2.8. It's not f2 f1.8, and it's 200. Jumping from 75 to 200, there's still plenty of gap to cover. So I propose maybe 100, 135, or 150 f2. That lens will be really amazing. Lens number 5, Super Telephoto Lens Refresh. Olympus had the 75-300, which is an excellent lens if you are an entry-level bird photographer or you're entering wildlife photography. You don't want to splurge on, say, the higher end 100-400 or 300 or 150-400 Pro. These lenses can cost an arm and a leg. But if you just want something on a budget, I think the 75-300 is excellent. But that lens is old. It's been what? More than 10 years now, and it's due for an upgrade. Maybe 75-300 with weather sealing, with built-in image stabilization, and some improved coating for the optics. That would have been amazing. Number 6, super long telephoto prime lenses. Leveraging on the strength of Micro Four Thirds, which is a system that is able to make extra long lenses at a fraction of the size and weight and of course price. Why stop at 400 or 600? Why don't we have 800 f5.6 or 1000mm f6.3? I don't think these lenses are impossible to make. I don't think these lenses will be too large or impossible to use in the field. And if any camera system were to make 800mm, 1000 or even 1200mm, say f5.6, f6.3, that would have been a Micro Four Thirds maker. Can be Panasonic, can be OM Digital Solutions. I just think that since they are leaning so heavily, I'm referring to OM Digital Solutions, they are so focused on wildlife photography, I think that 1000mm lens or beyond, that would have been a killer. Lens number 7, more Pancake Primes. One of the amazing things about Micro Four Thirds system is that they are able to make really small and compact lenses. We have a variety of true Pancake lenses, say the Panasonic 14 f2.5, 20 f1.7, and then there's the Olympus 17 f2.8. All these lenses are amazing. Why don't we have more? I think we can have the 25 f2.8, make it really slim, really compact with autofocus, amazing optics, or maybe also 12 f3.5, make it like a super pancake version of it. I think these lenses will be really amazing, give us truly tiny lenses. This will be appealing for street photographers trying to keep the size and weight down, trying to have a minimalist setup, and as small as a footprint as possible, carrying small cameras and lenses when you're out there hunting on the streets. I think these Pancake lenses would have been super awesome. Lens number 8. Do not ignore the kit lenses. Both Panasonic and Olympus, they have excellent kit lenses. Panasonic has the 12-32 Pancake lens and Olympus is the 14-42 EZ. But there have been reports saying that these lenses, they break down too easily. It's almost like it's due to manufacturing defect. There is the flex cable problem in the Olympus 14-42 EZ. The electronic zoom doesn't work, causing lens error or all kinds of problems with communicating with the camera. And even the Panasonic 12-32 lens, it is so fragile, it's made of plastic. There have been reports of the lens shattering or breaking apart by just using the manual zoom, forcing it in the wrong direction or too forcefully, it just breaks apart, right? So these lenses, I understand they are budget lenses. They are practically free bundled with entry-level cameras like the Olympus EPL series or EM10 series or the Panasonic GF series. But I feel that it's time for them to release an update. Maybe improve the range a little bit, improve the durability, address the problems of the flex cable connection. I think all this needs to be addressed and fixed. Lens number 9. More F1.4 Primes. I understand we already have the excellent F1.2 Prime lenses, Panasonic 42.5 f1.2, Olympus 45, 25, 17 f1.2 Pro lenses. However, these lenses are also significantly larger in size, heavier in weight, and higher in cost compared to the f1.8 budget counterparts, say the Olympus 17, 25, and 45 f1.8. So for those looking to upgrade from the f1.8 versions, say you want brighter aperture, you want better optics, you don't necessarily want to sacrifice the compactness of the lens, you don't necessarily want to break the bank, fork out so much cash just for these f1.2 lenses. So I think there's a place for the f1.4 lenses. Why don't we have, say, 30 f1.4 or 60 f1.4? They don't have to have exactly the same focal length, but they sit comfortably in between the f1.8 and f1.2 options without being too large, too heavy, or too pricey. Before anyone pointed out that, hey Robin, Sigma also produced the 30 f1.4 and 56 f1.4 and these lenses are amazing. Well, bear in mind that these lenses were not made for Micro Four Thirds in the first place. They were made for APS-C camera systems. And these lenses, because they were made for a larger image circle of the APS-C image sensor sizes, well, they are unnecessarily large and heavy. So if OM System and Panasonic made true 30, 35mm and 60 or 56mm f1.4 specifically for Micro Four Thirds, then these lenses can be made a lot smaller. And finally, number 10. Updated f1.8 Prime lenses. It is no secret the f1.8 Prime lenses from Olympus, they are highly popular. Also the f1.7 Prime lenses from Panasonic, there are no less. We have the 25 f1.7, 15 f1.7, 42.5 f1.7. These are excellent lenses from Panasonic. And Olympus has started to update some of the f1.8 lenses, namely the 17 and 25 f1.8 Mark II with better build quality, and weather sealing. I think all of these excellent prime lenses, both from Panasonic's Cam or Olympus and currently OM system, they should have an upgrade. Say from the OM system, we need the 12 f2 Mark II with weather sealing. We can have the 45 f1.8, 75 f1.8 Mark II, made them all weather sealed with better construction and maybe updated optical performance and autofocus. That would be really, really appreciated. That's all of the 10 missing lenses that I've proposed for Micro Four Thirds system. Both Panasonic and OM system, they can make any of these lenses happen, and I think that will be really amazing. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with my list of 10 proposed lenses? Let me know in the comments below if I've missed any important lenses. Do share your thoughts there. I would love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed looking at this video, if you found my sharing beneficial, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Or you can contribute directly to my PayPal, or you can join as a member. You can get some exclusive perks. Any support from you guys will go a long way. It will definitely help me to continue making more content and publish them right here. Until the next one, please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.